Come on. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another edition of Self-Publishing Insiders. I didn't know if the little button was going to work there, Hannah. I was clicking a lot. I'm like, come on, come on.
We had a very suspenseful moment.
So fun. That's a Halloween thing, I guess. But welcome to the show, everybody. It is my honor and privilege to welcome to the show today, Hannah Jacobson of Book Award Pro. Welcome back.
Hi, everyone, and thank you, Jim and Draft to Digital. Thank you so much for having me here.
Well, it's our pleasure. So we were talking backstage that it's weird that it's been 2 years now since you were on the show last, and it's been a thrill for me to watch as Book Award Pro has just been growing over the years. Let me read a little bit about your background for folks so that for those who may be new to you, they can get a sense of who you are and the growth of the company. So Hannah Jacobson is the founder of Book Award Pro, the industry trusted platform. That's important. The industry trusted platform for getting reviews and awards. The company operates the world's largest database of legitimate book accolades, also important, serving thousands of authors globally. Hannah is also an expert advisor for the Alliance of Independent Authors, also known as ALLI, and the Independent Book Publishers Association, IBPA. She is the recognized authority on can I speak much? She is recognized authority on literary accolades and prestigious book recognition. So once again, welcome.
Thank you so much, Jim. Yeah, that is kind of a mouthful. And truthfully, wow, I can't believe it's been so long since we last spoke. But Book Award Pro has grown so much, and we really, that's because of our authors. We keep trying to, we listen to our authors, we implement new features and develop, new things all the time to keep supporting authors, keep doing really great things in the space of book awards and book reviews.
Okay. Well, the accolades that you have and the partnerships that you have with Ally and IBPA go a long way in describing and underscoring the trust that the indie community has in you to help find those legitimate accolades. Because let's face it, we all know that some of the awards opportunities and some of the review opportunities aren't necessarily legitimate. But before we go down that rabbit hole, for those who may be new to Book Award Pro, can you describe a little bit about what led you to create it in the first place?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. So honestly, my whole life, I've been a reader, and at first, book awards led me to my very favorite books. The first one I can actually remember is Because of Winn-Dixie. So you could say actually Book Award Pro happened because of Winn-Dixie. Awards always led me to the stories that moved me the most. And long story short, I got my start in book publishing. I had the opportunity to see awards from the perspective of book publishing, and I wanted to bring that to more authors. Truthfully, publishers, authors of all walks of publishing, no matter how you publish, have a really hard time finding the perfect awards for their books. So that was kind of the heart, the idea behind Book Award Pro, to help authors navigate awards, find the perfect fit for their book. And we've actually recently transitioned and opened that up to book awards and book reviews. So helping you find the perfect accolades for your book is exactly what we do, whether that's actually finding them yourself through our platform or submitting them. We handle everything.
It was really eye-opening to me the last time you were here and when you spoke with Kevin Tumlinson, just about the sheer amount of book awards that are out there. And it seems like you guys have become like the go-to resource for helping to find those awards. But what led you to book reviews from that? Because I mean, I love what we're talking about because we have so many of our authors asking us, can you guys do more sessions on book marketing and book marketing strategies? And this is definitely one more strategy, but
Yeah.
awards and reviews could help you take that a step further, can't they?
Absolutely. That's really, really well said, Jim. It's actually kind of interesting. our growth, our trajectory, we track more than 11,000 accolades in our system. And for every single one of those accolades, we actually track and monitor and manage more than 100 different data points for every single one of those accolades. So we manage a lot of information, a lot of data built on real experience, real heavy research. And that's always kind of like cycling in the background of Book Award Pro. So we always want your app experience to be very beautiful and elegant, but behind the scenes, there's a lot of information kind of racing around. You had asked how, how do we come to do book reviews? We're Book Award Pro. How did Book Award Pro come to do book reviews? Well, we're very proud that our authors, our publishers, really trust us with awards. And over time, they would ask, "How can you help me get reviews? Can you help me get editorial reviews, Amazon reviews?" And at first we said no. That wasn't something we specialized in, but we launched that service about a year ago. It's been so successful. Our authors have really loved that because we are able to navigate kind of the process and what it takes to find and get legitimate reviews.
I would imagine that the authors, indie authors in particular, like there's just so much to do if you want to be a successful indie author. And then I'm sure that every conference they go to, every writers club that they participate in, they're all like, hey, you need to get book reviews. Hey, you need to get book awards. And then just the thought of adding that one more piece of work to their day-to-day activities has got to feel overwhelming because it's no small task. Like, there are so many awards, but then you got to submit. You have to figure out which ones pertain to your particular genre and subcategory. That's a lot of work. So how does Book Award Pro help to mitigate that workload? Like, how do you guys kind of cut through all that to figure out what is right for which author?
It's a lot of noise, it's a lot of overwhelm to cut through, but we actually make it really simple. So when you go to bookawardpro.com, you can simply, when you sign up, you can choose a plan. We even have a starter plan, which is completely free, and you can upload your book, tell us a little bit about your book, and our system will be able to detect what is your book about and how is this relevant to the perfect accolades for your book. And it's important to note too, we don't just flood you with, gosh, like I said, we track more than 11,000 accolades. You don't get a giant list of 11,000 awards and reviews to submit to. Our system knows when is the best time to start submitting to these awards. So over time, you can kind of monitor your account, see what you might want to submit to, and be able to manage things in a less stressful way. We hear from authors all the time how overwhelming it is just to navigate book publishing, and we really want awards and reviews to be comfortable and even fun.
That's really cool. I'd imagine, well, I'm going to bring up a quick comment here from Nancy Elaine Miner, who says, I love both. I recommend both to all my author friends. So there you go, Hannah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for the shout out. That's beautiful. I really appreciate that. And if for anyone here, please leave us comments, ask questions in the chat. We're really glad you're here. Thank you.
Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
So let's so let's say that that you've uncovered several awards or book reviews that pertain to my particular novel.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking, because I'm such a busy author, but now I'm thinking, well, gosh, it's going to take me forever to fill out these award submissions. Do you handle that as well?
Yeah,
How does
that's
that work?
exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly right, Jim. No matter what plan you're on, at any time, you can ask Book Award Pro to complete an award submission or a review submission for you. So for our really busy authors, we also understand everyone has limited resources. That's time, that's money, that's energy. So we always encourage our authors to look at your marketing budget, consider awards and reviews and your Book Award Pro service as part of your marketing budget, and decide, what might I like to enter? How much budget do I have to work with? You can even honestly email our team at team@bookawardpro.com. And we're always happy to help you figure out, what might be a good strategy for your book. And how you can maybe make the most of your marketing dollars. So a lot of our authors will do a combination of maybe their own submissions, and then also asking Book Award Pro to handle the heavy lifting details and managing everything for them with those entries. Those managed entries is what they call them.
Okay. Do authors also have the opportunity to manually go through them as well? I'm sorry if you said that already.
No, that's beautifully said. No, thank you for clarifying. Yeah. So when you say that you see an award in your dashboard or a review in your dashboard, you'll be able to click enter my book, and our screen will actually show you what the cost is to submit through Book Award Pro and have us manage everything for you. And it will also show you the cost of what it takes to manage the entry yourself. So you always have the option. A lot of our authors use Book Award Pro to find and discover accolades, and then do a combination of your own entries and having us manage some too.
Very cool. Okay, I want to bring up another comment here from one of our viewers. Tom's Cabin, Books and Music, says, "Thank you, Hannah, and the Book Pro team for making me look so good."
Oh,
He took a question right out of my mouth. Will you be at Author Nation?
okay. So I won't be at Author Nation this year. It is just covering. I haven't shared this, but it's actually on my birthday, so I won't be there
Oh,
this year, but maybe next year. And thank you so much too for the shout out. We really, really, we love our authors, and we love to know that we make you look good. No, that's all you. That's your book. We're just simply guiding you through the process. Congratulations, that's awesome.
so humble. And then a quick one from Layla Rose, who says, "I like to focus on legitimacy. Book Awards seems like a place where a lot of bad actors could try to take advantage of authors." To that point, what have you seen out there, Hannah, in terms of bad actors? And because through my career, I've seen, I mean, there's awards for everything, and it seems to me that a lot of these award submissions is just out to get the entry fees, and then it seems like nothing happens, or the award isn't legit, and it's hardly recognized, or nothing happens.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Layla, and thank you for sharing that, Jim. Something that like you said, we really focus on legitimacy. And I think when we talk about, it sounds like we're kind of talking about scams. And when we talk about scams, I think it's more of a look at value. What value is this award offering authors? And are they upholding their promises to authors? So that's something that we heavily, heavily manage at Book Award Pro. As far as how many are actually out there, I'm actually really pleased with this. There are not very many scams out there, very many actual true scams. Now, that gives me a lot of hope for the book industry because honestly, when we don't spin our wheels trying to avoid scams, and we can actually spend our very limited time, our limited budgets on actually growing and doing more for our books, that's really exciting. So we will always continue to monitor that legitimacy and really bring power to that space and accolades. We really want awards and reviews to be a safe, really awesome space for authors.
That's really cool. I want to show another quick comment here from Nancy, who says, "I've won 11 awards since 2023 through Book Awards Pro."
Nancy, that's awesome. Congratulations.
And I wanted to spotlight this because I've seen Hannah, or I've listened to Hannah on podcasts before and heard your interviews with other people, with other authors, and it seems like every single time someone says, "Oh yeah, like I've won 5 awards, I've won 11 awards, I've had 10 awards or whatever." So this is just a testament that your service is working.
Oh, that makes me really happy. And for everyone sharing their experiences, thank you. I'm so glad that this has been such a successful experience for you. That's exactly what we want for you. And remember that every single one of those award wins, it matters not only at the time that you won, but even now, even those awards you won in 2023, bring them back into relevancy. Speak maybe to the categories that you placed in, maybe about the award itself. Maybe that organization really stands for something that you believe in. Don't be afraid to kind of build that into your marketing and bring that back into relevance and draw in more readers.
And I need to ask you, so are awards or are reviews, are they targeted to any one particular genre? Like, do you see more awards in, I don't know, romance, or more awards on the nonfiction side? Like, how does it, are there awards for everything and reviews? Is that Is this possible for everyone is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, Jim, that's a great question. And honestly, 10 years ago, the kind of big thinking in awards especially was that, literary kind of genres could win awards, romance, mystery, maybe thrillers, but that there weren't really awards for other books out there. I'm
The
here
other
to
books
tell
were
you
just
that
kind of
you
they
have.
were kind of cute. They were just kind of cute. They weren't like
Well, they're cute. Not necessarily cute. They were out of reach. A lot of authors felt that they were out of reach or not relevant to their genre.
okay.
But what we have seen and what we continue to see is that no matter what you write, how you publish it, when you publish it, there will always be awards and reviews for you. And I always try to tell authors it's easy to get overwhelmed with how much there is to do as an author. And if you feel like you missed out on an experience, there will always be another one around the corner. So don't stress yourself out and, just make the most of the time that you have.
Okay. And I want to clarify my point on the cute aspect of it. Because in the early days of self-publishing, there was such that a stigma towards self-publishing, and where like self-published authors, when they first started hitting, let's say, some of the bestseller lists, I think that at the time the traditional space was like, oh, that's kind of cute, like that's not going to keep happening. But of course, what we're all seeing now is like, yeah, it's still happening, and that authors have obliterated that self-publishing stigma today.
Yes,
And I think what you're doing helps move that forward even more.
honestly, I really love that you said that, Jim, because it's, like you said, a lot of times self-publishing and some awards, people seem to not take seriously, but that has changed so much, and it continues to evolve as the industry does better. And for me, it's so exciting to see like when an indie book is not only entered and wins an award. That's exciting to see because I mean they're standing up to the big publishing houses, and it's quite true, especially when it comes to awards and reviews, that independent authors are really, really standing their ground and really growing and developing in that area.
Yeah, and what I love about the culture of this space is like authors are helping authors, and then when the authors who are coming up, they see that authors who have gone before them winning these awards and hitting these bestseller lists, it just makes them all the more professionally savvy. They start to learn how to do it, and they start to learn how to do it right. So it's not just, oh, I'm
Yeah,
going to publish a book and see what happens. It's like, no, I'm going to form a plan. I'm going to do these things to get to where I want to be.
right on. It's just handled, the whole book publishing process, and that's reaching out to, other book publishing services. It's getting more professional and really polished, and that's really exciting to see for this industry.
Yeah. I'm going to bring up another question here from Tom, because I think I might know what the answer is. So Tom's Cabin Books and Music asks, what percentage of Book Pro members actually wind up winning the award at the Editorial?
That's a fabulous question. Honestly, I wish I had a response for you. I wish I had a clean, direct response. So, what I can share with you is that a lot of our authors use Book Award Pro for research. They research awards and submit on their own. And what we don't have access to is if you, use our services and submit to an award that you really liked, but you don't mark it in the app, then we're not able to tell who submitted what and who won what. I do know that we have a very, very high rate of success with the entries that Book Award Pro performs. Again, I don't have that statistic off the top of my head, but I do know that professionally managing your entry and knowing the ins and outs of all of these awards, and honestly following all the guidelines, following all that tricky information. When you have Book Award Pro manage entries for you, we definitely see a high rate of success there. I hope that answers your question, but please follow up if you have some more questions about that.
As a matter of fact, Tom did have a follow-up question. What is the difference between the basic membership and a pro membership?
Yeah, thank you so much for asking these great questions. So honestly, we try to keep all of our pricing really, really clean, really simple. It's always on our websites. It's on our pricing page. But we have three plans. We have Starter, which is free, Essentials, which is $19 a month, and Pro, which is $69 a month. So on the basic membership, Tom, I'm going to call this the Essentials plan. And Essentials unlocks extra research for your book or for every single accolade. So for example, we actually just released a feature this week that helps you see what are the bonus benefits that winners get for this award, for this review. So you can kind of, allocate your marketing budget to accolades that are going to give you more value and the kinds of value that you're looking for. On the Pro plan, that unlocks even more. So of course you have the research, but you also unlock every month, our system will actually detect what is the best opportunity for you to submit to. That's for awards. It's also for editorial reviews. So if you're looking for editorial reviews for your book, the Pro plan is where you want to be. Also, if you're looking for kind of specialized awards like audiobook awards, book cover awards, it's really kind of unique, cool awards like that, that's also on the Pro plan. So I hope that kind of highlights some of the big differences, but all of that specific information is on our website, and you can always ask us anytime too over email.
That was a great description. Thank you for that answer.
Yeah, thank you. It's a great question.
Another question here from Robin before I forget. Hi, Robin. This is a really good question. She asks, for our listeners out there, does the book need to be published or can you submit a finished manuscript?
Robin, I love this question. Thank you for asking that. So I like to tell authors when your book really starts to feel like a book, when it's about 80% complete. So you have a PDF copy of the book, it's gone through most of its edits, and really is reader ready in some capacity. Like you would feel okay sharing it with someone to read. It's ready. It's ready to start putting forward for awards and for reviews. And if you do that, and by the way, I'm sharing, you can submit a finished manuscript to awards. The benefit of doing that is that you give yourself more time to pursue these accolades. And actually, a lot of our authors start pursuing awards and reviews before they're published, and actually have time to get results back and publish as an award-winning author that has positive reviews, that has, accolades kind of backing its credibility. So roughly, especially for indie authors, it can be really difficult to know exactly when you'll publish. Just estimate for yourself when your book is about 80% complete or about 3 months prior to publication. It's the time to really start seriously submitting your book.
Perfect. This leads me right into the next question. Keep these questions coming from William. Thanks for this question, William. How effective are book awards for marketing new releases?
William, I will say that it all depends on how you use it. A lot of our authors come back to us and tell us that actually a number of things. So the award itself, a little validation doesn't hurt. So the award actually kind of gives a lot of authors some extra confidence to move their book forward in other marketing capacities and in other ways, especially for a launch, especially for a new release. When your book has won an award, that is kind of external credentials, external validation for your book. So you can share that information that you're not saying your book is the best book ever. Someone else is saying that. And honestly, that kind of marketing approach, sharing that news, sharing that special moment with your audience is a great way to really start building your readership. I could share lots of information about that. Let me know if you'd like more information on that.
Perfect. Let's see. I love the questions. Keep them coming, everybody. Let me bring up this one too, Hannah, real quick. Frog Lover 77. Great name. Okay, she asked, or he asked. Okay, so whether you pick Pro or Starter, you still need to pay all the entry fees.
Yeah, that's a great question. So no matter what plan you're on, if you submit through Book Award Pro, normally if the award entry fee is under $100, our price is $199. That is the cost for us to professionally manage and submit your book. all the way through results. If you decide to enter on your own, again, no matter what plan you're on, you will always or normally pay an entry fee to the award. So you wouldn't pay $199, you would simply pay whatever the award entry fee is and manage all those details and submission on your own.
Okay, that's helpful. So when you talk about how Book Award Pro manages the award even after the submission after it's been put through, what does that entail? Because I imagine there might be differences between one award and another award as well.
Yeah, you know what, Jim? That's something that honestly, that was kind of a blind spot for me. I forget like what a huge portion of work that is. We are handling it or you're handling it on your own. Just know that when you submit your book anywhere, and this is true of awards and reviews, you need to make sure that your book actually gets there safely, that your application is submitted in full, that it actually follows all of the guidelines. Everything is carefully and perfectly done for that specific accolade. And then you need to kind of watch and know when does this award announce its results? When can I expect to get some results? And then when it is announced, do you get the prize that was promised to the winners? So there's a really big process that goes into kind of managing your full entry.
So
to
you
make
see
sure
it all the way through and beyond.
Yeah, that's exactly right. To make sure every step has to be completed. And we're kind of nutty about that at Book Award Pro, but it can get honestly tedious as an author when you're managing multiple submissions and trying to figure out what was due when, what's announcing when, what was I supposed to get from this? We track and manage all of that.
I'm laughing because I feel like I'm the balls that I drop on a weekly basis, but please go on.
That's funny. No, that's funny. I like to say I can't even remember where I've left my keys sometimes. But yeah, so if you do that on your own, just be sure that you are following that through all the way to completion and make sure that you get results and get what you paid for. And that's also true. We do a lot of monitoring that as well to look out for scams, whether they're accidental scams, an award just kind of falls off the face of the earth or whatever. Book Award Pro always manages that and watches that super carefully to make sure that awards are, doing the right things for authors.
Cool. Well, that's a huge time savings and peace of mind, which is always worth the price of admission. Quick shout out to our mutual friend, Dale Roberts, who says, yo, two of my favorite people. We love you, buddy. Thanks for being here, Dale.
Love you, Dale. Good to see you. Thank you for coming today. That's awesome.
There's an important question down here from Barbara. Barbara, thank you so much for this question. Barbara writes, are these reviews considered paid reviews? And how do platforms like Amazon and others accept these?
Barbara, I love this question, by the way, and I'm about to go into nitty-gritty details. Jim, did you have something to add before I go into this?
Get into the details. I'm sure there are a lot of people probably have this question in their heads as well.
Yeah. Okay, Barbara. So you need to understand there are different kinds of reviews. So first and foremost is editorial reviews. These are professional, or these are book reviews done by professionals for kind of publicity about your work. These will often have entry fees and like a paid professional service to have that review written about your book. These are always honest, and that's considered a professional service for your book, not a paid review.
Can you give some examples of the types of, or the companies that do things like that?
Yeah. Oh gosh, there's tons and tons.
Is that like Kirkus?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Kirkus, okay. Publishers Weekly, something like that. And there are, again, thousands of outlets.
So legit.
Okay. Yeah, legit. And Amazon reviews, you can't pay for reviews. What you can do is pay a service to find and manage an entry, to find the perfect reviewer for your book who will actually go purchase your book, take the time to read it, review it honestly, and leave a thoughtful, honest review. What you can never ever do is pay for a guaranteed positive review. That's not a thing. And just think about this. Some authors get almost is scary. This is a scary thing, right? And so like at Book Award Pro, we always handle things like above and beyond with Amazon, even down to our code, down on the very back end. Our code is actually written to always evolve with Amazon and make sure that we're always strictly adhering to their policies. If you're doing this on your own, keep in mind you can't pay reviewers. And Amazon wants to keep a safe marketplace. Imagine, if everybody paid for reviews, if you see a 5-star review for something, or if you see a product that only has 5-star reviews, that loses consumer trust. And Amazon wants its consumers to trust Amazon. So that's kind of the theory behind paid reviews, is just not gaming the marketplace. You can pay professional services to do things for you, but you can't pay reviewers. There's also something kind of interesting in any world, but especially in the book world, where the more you can distance yourself from the reviewers, that's actually a good thing for you, because then Amazon doesn't see like occasionally review swaps can be unsuccessful, because Amazon will detect these authors are helping each other. These people are friends and they're trying to increase each other's ratings. Amazon will detect that and they will remove those ratings. So I know that's a lot of information. Just keep that in mind. Using Book Award Pro is not considered paid reviews. Do keep in mind that if you are paying for editorial reviews, that's complete industry standard. And let me know if you have follow-up questions for that.
That was
Great
a perfect
question.
answer to a great question. And I just wanted to kind of back up a bit, because you mentioned to Barbara's question that this could be scary.
Mhm.
And I want to make sure that everybody understands why it could be scary. And did you mean because Amazon could clear those reviews as one part of it, but could they also clear the account as well if they feel that this person is trying to game the system?
Yes, that's exactly right, Jim. So
Okay.
Amazon has very, very complex algorithms designed to detect basically poor user behavior. When you're trying to game the system and make your book, like all 5 stars, and you're paying basically review farms. What they do want, if they discover that you are doing that and treating, you have a review farm and you're just kind of bolstering your Amazon listing, that's not a listing that their consumers can trust, and so they will remove your book from Amazon. So it's really important. I know all of that's like big and deep and scary. Don't let that scare you. Again, there are lots of good ways and there can be hard ways to get Amazon reviews. Book Award Pro doesn't make it very easy, and we strictly adhere, down to our code, down to every single reviewer that we have completely vetted. We believe in legitimacy, and we're going to stick to that and keep navigating the hard process for you.
If you don't have legitimacy, you have nothing. So thank you for that question again, Barbara. That
Yeah,
was
thank you,
great.
Barbara.
I wanted to ask you too, so is there, like, I'm sure some awards have longer runways than other awards. Is it possible for authors to kind of, as they're figuring out their budget, what we talked about earlier, is it possible for authors to kind of figure out their awards and even review calendar throughout the year, so that they can say, okay, I've got like my series lined up and these releases lined up throughout the rest of the year? Can they correspond that to the award and review calendar?
Jim, yes, absolutely. So within Book Award Pro, you won't really have a calendar, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak. So I would suggest maybe like setting aside a monthly budget, for a single book or for all of your books. And the
But they can
beauty of
see like what's coming up.
Yeah, that's exactly
Okay.
right. So with Book Award Pro, when you're matched to an accolade, whether it's an award or a review, you get that ahead of time. So you actually have time to look at it, decide if you want to submit to it, and get into it before the deadline. The beauty of kind of holding some budget aside and just having like a monthly budget allows you to see the really cool kinds of awards that come up over time. So what's, valid and special this week is very different from next week and yesterday and 6 months ago and 8 months ahead of time. you just never know what really cool accolades are out there. So just kind of having some money reserved for those entry fees can be a really good thing so that you're ready to jump on it when you see it.
Cool. And I have a follow-up question to that.
Yeah.
So do different awards have different submission runways? And if so, do they have like an early bird price and then does their fee go up over time? That sort of thing?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That can be a way to save money, is to submit to an award that has an early bird rate. A lot of awards also don't have that. So if you're seeing awards, if you say that you missed the early bird rate and you think, oh man, now it's more than I'd like to spend on an entry fee, that's okay. There's so many other accolades out there. Pass on that opportunity and wait until something better comes up that's in your budget.
Okay, great. I want to bring up another question here from
Yeah.
Robin. Robin, thanks for this question as well. Robin asks, is there a problem submitting earlier than 3 months? My book will be published October 2026.
Robin, that's awesome. By the way, congratulations on your publication coming up. And congratulations on knowing that well in advance, because that will serve you very well. No, that's absolutely not a problem. Again, like I said, as long as it's, mostly it's as award ready as possible. So it's mostly edited. Maybe your book cover design may have like a few little tweaks to do, but if it's mostly ready, go ahead and send it out. There are some benefits of sending it early. For example, some awards will give you private feedback about your work that they won't share anywhere, only privately with you. So it's a way to detect errors with your book. It's also another way to maybe get even an editorial review ahead of time and kind of start building up that momentum ahead of launch. So you get actually lots of benefits in being able to start that momentum early. It's not a bad thing to start now. Really, congratulations. Do pay attention to what publication dates maybe those awards are accepting, and do pay attention to the ones that don't accept even finished and just basically unpublished works yet. Just pay attention to that.
Okay, thanks, Anna.
Yeah. I will say that actually we do have authors at Book Award Pro use our services all the time to get those accolades ahead of time. So if you're trying to figure out exactly what's a good fit for your book in whatever stage it's in, our system can absolutely detect that for you.
Perfect. Another question here, or first question here from James Harden. Hi, James. Thank you for this question. James says, I guess the awards are editorial reviews from Amazon's point of view, so they won't fill my lack of customer reviews. Am I right?
Actually, James, thank you for asking that. I will say, so I'm using the term editorial reviews. A lot of people in book publishing, even book publishing professionals, aren't super familiar with this term. Yes, in a nutshell, an editorial review, say it's more for book people. It's more for the book world. So editorial reviews can help you with distribution, getting into libraries, helping another publisher stumble across your work, getting an agent. There's lots of different ways that an editorial review can serve your book. And from the perspective of Amazon, your editorial review would belong in A+ content. That's kind of where some of your awards, your accolades belong. And editorial reviews are different from Amazon reviews, which are also called, customer reviews or reader reviews. That's a great clarification. Thank you for asking that.
Yeah, thanks, James. Um, some guy named Dale has a question. Just kidding, Dale. Dale
Ooh.
asks, you've helped thousands of authors get awards. What are the top 3 awards you've seen so far, and what makes them stand out from the rest?
Dale, I love that you put me on the spot. I will say, so I always hesitate to name specific awards. And the reason I do that is not because I don't love awards and not because we don't know a ton about them, but because it can be difficult to hear as an author if I tell you 3 awesome awards and you go and look at those awards and discover, oh, those aren't relevant for my book, or they won't accept my book. It can be a little bit disheartening. But top 3 awards I've seen, I will say I will answer your question, and thank you for asking a challenging one. I tend to really love awards that are very specific. There's a book award, it's based in the UK, that's specific to dogs in literature. And I just think that is so cool. Not only is it fun as a reader to see that this book was awarded for some beloved animal in its pages, but also as an author, the marketing appeal of that, like just sharing that you have this canine character that really is so crucial to your book, that brings really special marketing appeal that really connects with your readers. So I'm really a fan of those things. That's those kinds of awards. When Book Award Pro researches those and monitors those, I always love to see that because it's growth, it's interesting for marketing, just really special, kind of unique awards. So, Dale, that's not a complete response to what you're asking. Thank you for asking such an awesome question. And, what makes them stand out from the rest? I think the awards that stand out the most, not only are they have character to them, the awards that really care about authors, those will always stand above the rest. And behind the scenes, Jim, we were talking about all those data points that we collect about these accolades. We actually measure, what are these awards doing for authors? How communicative are they? Are they upholding their promises? What kind of value are they delivering? All of these things actually factor into our algorithms and showing you the best matches, the best awards, the best reviews possible. So the awards and reviews that are doing best for authors, they're doing the most things, they're being the most helpful in our industry. Those you will see more often. You will see more often because they're a better value for you. So I hope that's a helpful answer, but let me know if you have a follow-up.
Yeah, and that was eye-opening, and it kind of leads into the question here from Tom's Cabin Books and Music, who asked, "Are there any stats that talk about how reviews or awards can translate into sales?"
Tom, I've never actually seen one. If you find that, I would love to know. I will say that just anecdotally, authors, even publishers, quite frankly, have a difficult time measuring any kind of marketing. And awards and reviews do fall into the marketing scope. Jim, if you have any insights on that, I know you're big marketing expert.
I
It's
don't know
just
about that.
oh, totally. But yeah, I wish I had a great statistic for you, Tom, to see how that translates into sales.
Yeah, just anecdotally talking to authors at book conferences and writers organizations who say like, I put this sticker on my book, my sales started going up even higher. Sticker meaning like award-winning title, that sort of thing.
I will say, normally speaking, even a great editorial review, a gold award win, it's really rare, even for the famous awards, to just magically make your book become a success. And I've seen this even myself, National Book Award winner with 15 Amazon reviews. A major award doesn't necessarily make your book become an overnight success, but it is how you actually use those awards, how you use those reviews. And that's exciting because that kind of puts the power in your hands, and you'll be able to use those accolades in a way that really connects with your readers. And so maybe you write series, and when you connect with your readers, they'll buy more of your books, they'll buy your future books. um, there's lots of ways to personally infuse that into your marketing, but I don't have a direct statistic on how much a book award seal makes a direct impact on your sales.
Yeah, thank you for that answer. And thanks again for the question, Tom.
Yeah.
A quick question here from our very own Alyssa. Alyssa asks, so are these kinds of reviews you would put in your book blurb rather than having the review posted on the store?
Yes, Alyssa, that's exactly right. So like an editorial review is also called a professional or trade review. That is the kind of book review you would put, on a book cover in your Amazon A+ content. It's basically professional credentials for your book. And then Amazon reviews are Amazon customer reviews. Those are the kind of 5 stars you're thinking of when you're looking at kind of user ratings, reader ratings.
Perfect. Thank you.
That's
Oh
a great
gosh,
question.
we're already at time, but before we kind of close down for the day, I know it blows my mind every single week. I just say it every single week. What's next for Book Award Pro?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me here, Jim. And honestly, everyone here, whether you're catching us on the replay, whether you're here live, thank you for your questions. Thank you for being involved in this community. What's next? We keep developing just new features. We're going to keep serving our authors. We're going to keep listening to you and digging in and doing great things. If you have questions about awards or reviews anytime, you can always email us at team@bookawardpro. Find us on social media. Even leave a comment on this video. And we always love to hear from our authors.
Yeah, and I just want to remind everybody, please visit bookawardpro.com. There's a reason why the Alliance of Independent Authors and the Independent Book Publishers Association, are backing Hannah and her team to help you, the authors, find these legitimate book review opportunities and book award opportunities. So happy that you were able to spend some time with us today, Hannah.
Thank you
I want
so much.
Oh, it's been fun. I knew it would be fun. I just want to remind our audience, if you enjoyed this conversation with Hannah, and who didn't, please do us a favor and share this episode, like it, because it helps us get the word out there. It helps put more eyeballs onto Hannah as well. If you bookmark d2dlive.com, you can see what our next topic is going to be for the following week and who the guest is going to be. And finally, for those of you who may be investigating self-publishing for the first time, you can sign up for a free Draft to Digital account simply by going to draft2digital. That's draft2digital.com. Thank you all for joining us week in and week out. And I was thrilled to see some new names out there joining us today, Hannah. So thank you for all of you who may be new to Self-Publishing Insiders. And finally, Hannah, once again, thanks for carving out some time in your day. I know that you are a busy CEO these days, so thank you so much for being here once again.
Thank you so much, Jim. And again, everyone here, thank you so much. And remember, just wherever you are in your awards, your reviews journey, just any bit that you can, remember to use those accolades. Remember, they are discoverability for your book. That's what it's all about. And there's never such a thing as too late. Just go ahead and start. Anytime is good.
Perfect. We'll see everybody here next week. Hannah, hang out backstage. I'll see you back there.
Okay.
Thanks
Bye,
again, everybody. See you next week.
Ebooks are great, but there's just something about having your words in print. Something you can hold in your hands, put on a shelf, sign for a reader. That's why we created D2D Print, a print-on-demand service that was built for you. We have free, beautiful templates to give your book a pro look, and we can even convert your ebook cover into a full wraparound cover for print. So many options for you and your books. And you can get started right now at draft2digital.com.